The Japanese king and the maid's daughter. Aiko, a hardworking maid in Japan, looked forward to seeing her daughter Hana, who was coming from London to surprise her. Hana had become a doctor and was well known for her commitment and intelligence. At last, Hana showed up, and her father, Kenji, was ecstatic to see her. Kenji embraced Hana and said, "Hana, my dear, you've grown into such a remarkable woman." "Dad, where's Mom?" Hana inquired with much anticipation. "She's working at the palace," Kenji replied with a smile. "All right, I'm heading over there," Hana said, showing her determination to see her mother again. "Please don't go there, sweetheart. Your mother will arrive shortly," Kenji said, worried about her security in the busy palace. "There won't be any events, Father. I'll personally bring her home," asserted Hana with assurance. Hana headed into the magnificent palace, her mind made up. Excitation and expectation characterized the trip. She was astounded by the palace's magnificence when she arrived at the gates. Once inside, she made her way down the elaborate hallways till she came upon her mother, Aiko, hard at work. Aiko's eyes widened in shock at seeing her daughter, then welled up with happy tears. "Hana," she exclaimed, "my darling daughter," and rushed to hug her. "Mama, I've missed you so much," Hana sobbed. They located a peaceful nook where they conversed about Hana's life in London. As they recalled earlier times and exchanged tales of Hana's medical accomplishments, laughter erupted in the room. Meanwhile, word of Hana's arrival made its way throughout the court and even to King Takashi, who was a smart and kind man. He made the curious and intriguing decision to go to the location where Aiko, the maid, worked. His attention was pulled to the sophisticated and perceptive young woman who was speaking with Aiko as soon as he walked in. He had no idea that this woman was Hana, Aiko's daughter. Her beauty and brilliance captivated King Takashi, who found himself drawn to her more and more. He was moved by her selflessness and the compassion she showed her mother. Weeks passed, and the king continued to find reasons to come to the palace in the hopes of seeing glimpses of Hana. He was experiencing things that he had never felt before, and he couldn't ignore them. King Takashi made a risky choice during a lavish feast honoring the kingdom's wealth. One fateful evening, with a mix of trepidation and resolve, he went up to Aiko. The monarch, unable to resist his curiosity, asked Aiko, "Please tell me more about your daughter, Hana." Startled by the king's sudden interest, Aiko hesitated. "Your Majesty, my daughter Hana has returned from her trip to London. She is a doctor who is committed to her work." When the king realized that the mesmerizing beauty who had won his heart was his faithful maid's daughter, he was shocked. His respect for Hana only grew once he discovered her achievements and caring personality. Determined to capture her love, King Takashi worked up the nerve to ask Hana to marry him. He was aware that she would provide his realm with compassion, power, and intelligence in addition to her beauty and brilliance. Hana, in the meantime, was blind to the king's developing fondness. She kept visiting her parents, savoring each second of their get-together. Hana was shocked and pleased when Aiko eventually disclosed the king's plans. Following careful thought and emotional talks with her parents, Hana consented to see King Takashi. They developed a mutual regard and admiration for each other as well as cautious anticipation for their first meeting as possible partners. King Takashi and Hana developed a close bond based on similar ideals and understandings as they spent more time together. Their relationship gradually developed into a deep love that went beyond expectations and social standing. King Takashi and Hana united their hearts and destinies when they were married in a lavish ceremony that was witnessed by both the nobility and commoners of the realm. In addition to bringing Hana's loving family back together, her voyage from London to Japan gave her unexpected love and a crown she had never dreamed of wearing. Together, Queen Hana and King Takashi governed the realm with compassion, wisdom, and a dedication to justice. The king was content and fortunate to have his queen, and Queen Hana gave birth to 7 children of 4 sons and 3 daughters. Their amazing love story, the tale of a maid's daughter who became not only a queen but also the cherished heart of a kingdom, inspired generations to come, and they went on to become a symbol of hope and unity.